Hey there, guys. This is Gayle.
This is Sean.
And we are, of course, the couple behind No Popcorn, Large Soda.
I know what you're thinking. We really are this ugly.
I think we're rather cute.
Me anyway.
Well, the important thing is we're not dead. And so we wanted to do a quick video to let you know we're not dead and to apologize for the fact that we appeared to have been dead.
Very much alive.
But we wanted to give you a quick taste of what we have been watching lately before we get the blog up and running properly again. So first of all, Sean is going to go over everything that he's watched lately.
Okay. Well, the big one, for me anyway, was a film I was really looking forward to. It was called Synecdoche, New York. It was Charlie Kaufman's first directorial effort, and he does a very good job. It's a very ambitious movie. It's got a lot of really good performances. It stars Philip Seymour Hoffman and Catherine Keener, two people he's worked with before. And it's, if you're interested in art films or films about artists, I know I've said before that I usually don't like this. This is one of the good ones. This is one of the ones that is worth your time, that you need to see. And once you have, make some comments on the blog, because I want to know what exactly was going on with that movie. So should I go over all of my movies first and then you'll go? Or
you've only got the two.
Oh, okay. The other movie, and we watched this together, Gayle had seen it before, but I had not, was Rabbit Proof Fence, 2002 film, starring Kenneth Branagh, and a cast of unknowns about sort of the Australian apartheid, if you will, where children were taken from their parents and placed in whiter homes to try and breed the savage out of them. It's something you probably don't know anything about, something I had never heard of, and what?
Nothing, I'm just watching.
Okay. And definitely makes an interesting subject for a movie. It's a story of three Aborigine children who escape one of the camps they're put into and make their way back to their mother. And just the journey of it and the kind of people that help them and the media sensation that they became makes it a very interesting movie, and historically a very interesting movie. So it's something you should definitely check out.
Okay.
It's also by Philip Noyce, very good young director.
What else has he done?
Also The Quiet American.
There we go.
And
what?
I don't know.
What did you say?
I don't know. I just mumbled. I didn't.
You don't know the name.
Well, I don't know what else he's done. I really don't. I know he did The Quiet American, same year.
Okay. Well, we also watched There Will Be Blood together. He'd seen it. I hadn't. That's a weird film. It's a P.T. Anderson film. He did Boogie Nights and Magnolia, and he's one of those directors you're used to seeing him work with a very large ensemble cast, and in this one it was basically Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Dano and Daniel Day-Lewis. Really, really good film. It's very, very weird. Kind of an artsy film, I would think.
It's very European style. God, that sounds pretentious for me to say that. It's a lot more a European style film than an American style film. It's a lot more about character than it is about plot. Not something I'm huge on, but I do like this movie. And
Daniel Day-Lewis is the kind of actor that you can sit through this, and even at the end when I kind of went, I still went,
and I have complaints about the movie even, and I still like it. His performance is good enough.
Okay.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Sorry, we're on a time limit.
Yes, we are.
Also, and here's one I watched all by myself, was Will Be Wonderful. It's available at Hulu.com. It's a little Canadian film.
For free.
Yeah, it is free. I don't think you can watch it if you're outside of the United States, which does kind of suck, but if you are in the States, you should watch it. It's a very warm-hearted film about small town. There's a sex scandal about to break free, and it's kind of everybody dealing around the edges of it, and it's got Callum Keith Rennie, who, if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, he was... I'm going to pronounce this wrong, and I apologize, because we just got started into it. Leoban, or Lebanon... I think it's Leoban. He's that guy. I know him from a couple of other things. Sandra Oh is also in this movie. Ellen Page is in this movie. It's a very warm...
Oscar nominee, Ellen Page.
Yeah, Oscar nominee, Ellen Page. It's a very warm, quiet film. And very heartfelt, I think. So very, very good. I do recommend it. It kind of gives me a Love Actually vibe a little bit, so that always makes me happy. And then, movies we've both watched recently.
Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm.
We saw WALL-E, finally.
WALL-E.
We're way behind. Tee-hee.
Both loved it. We've both seen it a couple of times now, actually. Yeah. Three each.
Yeah.
I've seen it a little bit more than she has, bits and pieces of it.
Yeah. It's just a wonderful film about... It's about love, and it's about...
Robots,
and there's adventure, and... It actually... there's a lot been said about how it's this environmentalist movie, and it really is much more to me a movie about not being complacent with the awesome technology you have, and also the fact that humans are naturally adventurous, which I really, really like.
It's a lot more positive than a lot of critics gave it credit for. Not that critics didn't like it, but I think there were a lot of people that sort of saw it as an anti-consumerist movie, and I don't really think it is. I don't think it's some hymn to hippieism that it's kind of been thrown out there as. I think it's a much more positive movie than that makes it sound. So, yeah, check it out if you haven't already. I don't know what hole you've been hiding under that you haven't seen it. But the other movie, the little bit more recent that we've seen, we went out and saw Watchmen opening night at midnight. We did have the opportunity to see an early preview of it, and we weren't able to because of my job, which is also why our blog has not been doing it. But we both liked it. We both read the comic before. I think that's really important to note in any review of Watchmen, whether or not the person has read the comic, because it seems to influence the reaction to it a lot. Yeah, they changed the ending, but it still sort of works, too.
It's a good ending for what they had to do.
Yeah, it's set up pretty well, and actually the last thing that Doc Manhattan does in the book and the movie makes a lot more sense in the context of the movie than it does in the comic, which is pretty strange when you get down to it.
I reread the comic about 2 weeks before the movie came out, and still loved it. Still loved the movie because it was a good movie, not because it was a great adaptation. I thought, but I felt like as a movie it stood on its own very well. And the reason you didn't reread it before the movie was so you could actually have that full experience of it as a film as opposed to as a comic book film.
Yeah, and it came across really well. I'd like to hear from some people who did see the movie who hadn't read the graphic novel. Roger Ebert was one of them. He gave it a really good review. The majority of people that I've talked to who have not read the book but have seen the movie and just went in fresh, not knowing what it was or what happens in it, have had a much more positive reaction in general than the people I've talked to who had read the book first, whose reaction was much more mixed.
Watchmen fans are scary.
They can be.
Well, all comic fans can be scary.
But we're at the 75 or 7:30 mark here, so let's talk about some cheap movies that we've just found here.
And then we're gonna do a different post or something about how to find cheap movies, because we are short on time.
It's pretty short. It'll be a short little video or post.
Here are 9 movies we found today. The 10. Batman Gotham Knights. That one's all for Gayle. The Kite Runner.
That's all for Sean.
Yeah. Persepolis. There we go. That's for both of us.
Much better.
Snow Angels. This is actually all for Sean.
That's all for Sean.
I had no idea what the hell this was.
That's David Gordon Green. He's awesome. See his movies.
Borat, because we didn't own it yet. The 2-disc Criterion Collection Robert Altman Shortcuts.
Also, go back to that one.
Yeah, no, back to that one.
That's a Hollywood video case.
Put it down.
Okay.
Keep going. The Original Producers.
Also $4.
And then Interview, which is a Steve Buscemi film. Actually, we got it for $1.
Well, we got it for $1 after deal, but it was labeled for sale as $2, which is
this is what everybody needs a
Hastings. That came out last year.
Yeah. So, all 9 movies, and just to give you a nice... Ooh, look at the visual.
Well, yeah, get it in there.
All 9 movies, $42.
Yes.
Which is why, if you have a Hastings near you, or a used DVD space near you, you need to go to it, because...
Hopefully you have one of the good Hastings.
Yeah.
We've been to one of the ones that's a little closer to us, and it was not... It is pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, it was, sadly.
The one down near her parents here are quite a bit more deals.
Has quite a bit more deals.
Whatever.
Sorry. I'm an English major. So we're gonna sign off for now, and we have stuff on the way, really and truly. We promise.
We've got a bunch of stuff in the wings that we're planning to release. I've written several reviews. We've both done some podcasts that we're gonna dally out. So is that the word? Dally?
Close enough. Dole. You're looking for dole.
Dole out.
Dole out. DOLE. All right, guys. We are out of here. Wave goodbye.
See ya.